This is ABC15 Mornings.
Right now, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine will not be restarted.
We really don't know for sure that only young women are affected, and we need another week or so to find out if that is the case.
The doses remain packed away.
Viruses are, they're smart, and they're going to adjust in order to promote themselves, right?
Will we need booster shots as COVID continues to mutate? Our Health Insider team takes a look to get you answers.
Said Pfizer study at the top, your opinion survey. You can earn money.
A new warning as scammers go after those who have received a vaccine.
Ready to place a wager.
We'll be ready to go, even if we need to set up temporary locations. We're excited to get going.
The billion-dollar business of sports betting about to become law today.
And on the bulletin board this morning, does underwear have a shelf life? Gosh, I hope not. We say good morning to you on this Thursday. Nick Saletti here in studio right now. Our Kaylee O'Kelly social distancing from the newsroom.
Yeah, it was hard not to chuckle when I saw that story this morning. Oh,
got your attention, right?
This? Yeah, of course. All right, we'll be talking about that. We also want to get you over to our Iris Hermosillo for a look at this most accurate forecast. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. I'm not even going to go there with that story, but I'm interested to hear it, that's for sure. We're waking up to just a few wispy clouds out there as we look live with our South Mountain camera, making for a pretty sunrise. Not as colorful as our sunset last night when we had those thicker clouds, but today's going to be another day where clouds move through our skies, partly cloudy conditions overall, and it's going to be a little cooler as those breezes pick back up too. As you walk out the door, wind's not too strong. We've got the green light for all those outdoor activities because of those lower temperatures today. We're in the mid-60s, a very nice morning at 65 degrees. That sun is up now, but the warm up is going to be a little more gradual today. That'll put us in the mid to upper 70s by lunchtime. And then our high today, only 83 degrees. Believe it or not, that's below the average high for this time of year. So we're in for a cooler day today, but those winds again will be a factor, and so will that risk for wildfires. So I'm going to break down the latest fire weather alerts across our state in that full forecast. Our Chelsea Davis, though, breaking down our morning commute. Hey, Chelsea.
Iris, yep, that's right. We have a lot to get to, so buckle up. Here we go with our accident law group traffic maps. I'm zooming in State Route 87 first because in the southbound direction, just north of Shea, we have a deadly crash, and it's been there since about 3:45 this morning. One lane in the southbound direction is blocked. We are not tracking delays. We don't have a ton of additional information, but when we do, we'll keep you posted. East Valley looking good otherwise. We have that small crash that's in the clearing stages, Loop 202 Santan southbound near Elliott. Again, not tracking big breaks with that one. If you're traveling on I-10 and I-17 into downtown Phoenix, you'll see your normal stop and go, but heads up, we do have a crash on I-17 southbound at McDowell, and you're going to see at least 3 miles worth of delays, so factor in some extra time, or you can use surrounding surface streets or even the 51 to head into downtown. I'll show you another trouble spot in the high country in just a few minutes.
All right, Chelsea, thank you. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine remains on hold. A CDC panel deciding against resuming administering it. Health officials need more information about the blood clots reported by 6 women less than 2 weeks after getting their vaccines. That's out of nearly 7 million shots administered in the U.S. alone. Experts are looking to see if there are any common factors linking these cases.
By having a little more robust information, I think we can be much more confident in how we talk about the safety of this vaccine.
Well, the CDC plans to make a decision within the next 10 days. Over 4 million COVID vaccines have been administered in Arizona, and it's having an impact on those most vulnerable to this virus. 419 new COVID cases were added Wednesday. Only a dozen of them people ages 65 or older. More than 1 million in that age group are fully vaccinated.
It is an extremely rare condition, but we've learned of 3 more pediatric deaths here in our state, all tied to multi-system inflammatory syndrome, or MIS-C. There's been a total of 116 confirmed cases. It's tied to COVID-19, and these symptoms do include fever, rash, stomach pain. Doctors believe it's a reaction to a prior COVID infection or exposure.
Having a fever is a common thing, and that doesn't mean that every time a child has a fever, we have to be super concerned about MIS-C, but it is something definitely to keep in mind while we're dealing with the pandemic, especially if there's a known exposure that happened beforehand.
Now, according to the CDC, there are 36 deaths attributed to MIS-C across this country. The long-term effects are still unclear.
Well, betting on sports is one signature way from becoming a reality here in our state. Later today, the governor expected to make this a law. Mark Thompson is live for us this morning. Mark, how soon could we start seeing people placing wagers?
Yeah, pretty soon, Nick. Good morning to you. In fact, once the governor signs the bill, which is expected to happen at 10:30 this morning, it could take as little as 90 days to get those sports books up and running, which means that betting is likely to begin as soon as July. So right around the corner. Arizona about to join 25 other states along with the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico in legalizing sports wagering. The Diamondbacks, Suns, Cardinals, and Coyotes will all have licenses to operate on-site sports betting. Betting will also be available at tribal casinos. Some lawmakers estimate that gambling on ball games could bring in hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. The Diamondbacks, they've already planned to launch a gaming app and open up a sports book outside of Chase Field.
So we're going to have, retail experiences of an actual brick and mortar sports book somewhere outside of the stadium, and then the ability for gaming on the mobile system as well inside.
Yeah, and we've also learned that the PGA Tour has plans to open up a sports book at the TPC Scottsdale, and they're going to call it the 19th Hole Experience. So again, Governor Ducey expected to sign that bill into law at 10:30 this morning. We're going to have a crew there and keep you updated on all the newest developments. Reporting live this morning, Mark Thompson, ABC15 Arizona. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Mark, thank you. Another bill heading to Governor Doug Ducey's desk will make changes to sex education in Arizona classrooms. The measure requires schools get permission from parents for students to learn about gender identity and sexual orientation, along with historical events for the LGBTQ community. The Arizona Corporation Commission coming to a decision on guidelines for when utility companies cannot disconnect someone's power. But those changes won't take effect until at least the next year. After nearly 4 hours of debating, commissioners deciding no power shutoffs between June 1st and October 15th, or when temperatures rise above 95 degrees. These policy decisions now go to a formal rulemaking process where changes are likely to be made.
A staple in Arizona closing. Sibley's West, the Chandler and Arizona gift shop, will be closing in June. It's downtown Chandler. They sell local items, things like food, souvenirs, pottery, and a whole lot more, as you see here. The owners say it's just time to retire. To Tempe we go, a longtime favorite there on Mill is looking for a new place to call home. We're talking about Rula Bula Irish Pub. The business says their landlord has chosen not to renew the lease, and they don't know if they will be able to move.
It's going to be very hard to relocate or reproduce the ambience that we have here and the authenticity. It's not just a concept. It is actually, it's kind of more of a work of art that you interact with when you come in the pub. And we've been part of the community for more than 20 years.
Yeah, it's such a fun place to go to, right? There it is. Currently set to close by July. We did reach out to the landlord, who says they offered Rula Bula a 10-year lease, matching the rate with other businesses in the area, but they couldn't come to an agreement.
Just a reminder for most of us this year, today, April 15th, is not tax day. The IRS delaying the federal tax filing deadline until May 17th. But anyone who pays estimated taxes, like many small business owners, still have to make their usual payments. They have to be in by today.
Well, we do want to say a huge thank you to everyone who donated to our ABC15 telethon for Phoenix Children's. Oh, look at these numbers. You helped us raise a record-breaking amount this year, more than $1 million.
We also want to thank all the volunteers for taking those calls all day long yesterday, and the businesses, big and small, who made donations. Again, all of this money will go to programs that help and support Arizona families.
Bad for business, good for health. Up next on ABC15 Mornings, it's a new study looking at keeping that middle seat on planes open.
Out with the old, in with the new. How often should you replace your underwear? Yeah, we're going to answer that on our bulletin board. And this just into our newsroom. A deadly shooting investigation underway at Wild Horse Pass Casino. Gila River police say this happened in the parking structure next to the casino. We're told that one man died, another man is in custody, and a woman is being questioned. Officers believe that this is some type of domestic violence situation.
And just happening this morning, President Joe Biden announcing new sanctions against Russia for its role in the SolarWinds hack. and for interfering in the 2020 election, the president issuing an executive order targeting Russian intelligence and other officials. 10 Russian diplomats will be expelled from the U.S. Also today, some Democratic lawmakers will introduce legislation to expand the Supreme Court from 9 to 13 justices. The size of the Supreme Court has fluctuated since it was established in 1789, but it has remained at 9 justices since 1869. And a new study from the CDC shows how keeping that middle seat empty on airplanes can reduce a person's risk of being exposed to COVID-19 by 23 to 57%. That's if passengers are not wearing face masks. The report comes as airlines are beginning to resume filling that middle seat.
It's time to vote. ADON announcing the top 10 safety message board submissions, and now you can help pick the winner. Some of the entries include no scrolling while rolling, think you're late, wait until you have a court date, and cool your jets. This is a roadway, not a runway. Voting ends April 21st.
ABC 15 Desert Drive Time, sponsored by Accident Law Group.
I like the stop the scrolling while you're rolling. That's a good one. All right, let's look at our Accident Law Group traffic maps here. And we are still going to start with this deadly crash on State Route 87. If you're planning to travel southbound, this is kind of close to Shea Boulevard. You're really going to see the delays after that point. The deadly crash, we don't have a ton of information other than there was only one vehicle involved with this crash. One person was thrown, and then it was pronounced a deadly crash. So I don't know if there were multiple people in the car. We're still working to learn that information, but one lane is blocked, and you're going to see some slowing as you travel, trying to make your way closer to Loop 202 Red Mountain. If you travel on any other freeway in the East Valley, you look great. Even into and out of Maricopa on State Route 347, this crash almost gone. The 202 Santan southbound at Elliott. West side of town, normal stop and go on I-10. I-17 looks a lot better. A lot of the brakes are gone. I-17 southbound at McDowell, we had a crash there that's in the clearing. North Valley, all green flows, so that's nice. But we have to hop up and talk about I-40 south of Kingman. If you're traveling southbound closer to Griffith, you're going to see a closure in place. So if you need to travel southbound, I would stick to the 68 to go southbound on 95, or you can go southbound on 93, and that can hopefully save you some time. The rest of your desert drive times right here in the valley look pretty good. 28 minutes to go eastbound on I-10 between the 303 to get you over to the mini stack right now. But let's check in with meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. We had a beautiful sunset last night. What's on tap today?
Yeah, we certainly did, Chelsea, and it was thanks to the cloud cover. Some clouds will move in today too, but today it's going to be more of those winds and the very dry conditions. And I want to give you this brand new update just in this morning, our drought update that comes in every week, showing that things have gotten worse. For a while there, we weren't seeing much of a change, but now seeing that our area of exceptional drought, which is the worst level of drought, has expanded a little further into southeast Arizona. So now it covers 58% of our state, while the area covered by extreme drought, that level just below that exceptional drought, drops a bit to 29%. But again, it's because that exceptional drought has expanded. Still 99% of our state experiencing some level of drought. And I want to show you something. So I took a look back to April 14th last year, and unfortunately it didn't pause like I wanted it to, but essentially we didn't have any drought conditions across our state at this time last year. And then when we had that dry monsoon, a very dry winter season, and what's been a very dry start to spring, that's what's contributed to just conditions really drying out and these drought conditions too. So here's last week, and again, I mentioned that the area that expanded was across southeast Arizona, so you're going to notice that darker red essentially expands into that southeast pocket of the state, showing you where that increase in exceptional drought happened here in comparison to just last week. So things are getting worse, and there's still no rain or really any significant action across our state in sight when it comes to rain or even high country snow potential here for the next 7 days. So a combination of our drought and very dry air plus strong winds today, that's going to increase that fire danger. So that's what we're looking at. Very low relative humidity, below 10%, wind gusts as high as 40 to 50 miles an hour for parts of eastern Arizona today. For the valley, winds not as strong, but we are looking at least some breezes across our state today. So as we look at that fire danger, breezy here in the valley, at least a moderate risk risk for wildfires, but the highest risk will be focused across eastern Arizona, and that's exactly where we have both wind alerts and also fire weather warnings. So a wind advisory in place for the eastern Mogollon Rim and also northeast Arizona up near Window Rock, the Navajo Nation. That in effect for today, as those will be the areas with the strongest winds gusting near 50 miles an hour. And there you see that red flag warning, a fire weather warning for those areas in eastern Arizona where those strongest gusts will be. For the valley, as I mentioned, it'll be breezy, but like yesterday, our wind gusts will peak near 20 to 25 miles an hour today. Right now, conditions looking pretty good. We've got mostly clear skies across the valley, winds generally light, some localized breezes, but all in all below 10 miles an hour still. Temperatures in the 50s to 60s as you get ready to walk outside. It's feeling really comfortable this morning, and today's warm up will be a little bit more gradual. So we'll make it into the 80s again, but our high only 83 degrees, and that's going to put us in the 70s through lunchtime with those breezes picking up just after lunchtime and through the evening. Across Arizona, a high of 70 in Kingman, 82 at Lake Havasu. We're talking highs in the low 60s in Heber and in Show Low, and mid 60s up in Window Rock today. Today, the coolest of the next 7, but you know what? We get to hold on to those 80s at least through the weekend before the 90s return Tuesday.
All right, Iris, thank you. We're bracing for those 90s. 6:18 on this Thursday. Milk, meat, fruit, they all have expiration dates, right? But what about underwear? And that's what's on our bulletin board. A TikTok user made headlines recently for suggesting underwear had a shelf life, claiming we need to toss out our tighty whities every 6 to 9 months. But doctors say don't ditch those drawers just yet. If you're wearing cotton underwear and you're washing them with detergent in warm or hot water, doctors say you're getting them clean enough, so that's fine. There's no need to throw them out. The experts also say it's important to think about the messaging that we're getting about our bodies from advertisers and making sure that there's no shame associated with our bodies and what feels comfortable to us. It's a good message. And that's what's on our bulletin board for you this morning. So don't throw them out. You can keep them for a long time.
I'm just happy we cleared that all up. Okay, it's almost 6:20. Some hiring news from Walmart. The company says it plans to convert 2/3 of its hourly positions in stores to full-time. It's going to happen over the next several months, they say. And Walmart also is saying that this is part of an effort to retain workers there. Last month, the retailer gave about half of its workers a pay raise to $15 an hour. The Arizona men's basketball team has a new head coach this morning, the university hiring Tommy Lloyd. He's been with Gonzaga for nearly 20 years and 19 of those as a full-time assistant coach. The Bulldogs have reached the NCAA tournament in each of his seasons there with Gonzaga. Last week, the University of Arizona did fire Sean Miller.
Well, tonight the Suns try to make it 10 wins in a row at home. They're going to be hosting the Sacramento Kings.
Tip-off happens at 7. The Suns have 18 games left in the regular season before the playoffs. Oh, they're so much fun to watch. A couple gets an email. It's a survey the very day they get that second COVID shot. They thought it was legit, but it wasn't. Coming up, what you need to know about this dangerous scam.
And charged with second-degree manslaughter in a few hours, the police officer who shot Dante Wright will make her first court appearance.
Watch ABC15 Arizona on your schedule. Stream the latest news and weather by searching ABC15 on Roku, Fire TV, Android TV, and Apple TV.
Well, as you get your COVID vaccine, be on the lookout for an email message about your shot. This is something you need to watch out for because a lot of scammers are trying to target you.
Jack and Renee Grady received their second Pfizer vaccine shot. They got an email from Pfizer.
It just happened on the day that she got her second vaccine.
They thought it was a follow-up to her shot.
It said Pfizer study at the top, your opinion survey. You can earn money.
But they questioned it. And the Better Business Bureau is now issuing a scam alert about these surveys.
They follow what's happening in the news, and vaccines are a very hot topic right now, as we know.
Any survey from Pfizer, AstraZeneca, or Moderna are most likely a scam. And that's especially so if you are asked to give credit card information.
And of course, the victims' cards were charged not only once, but multiple times.
It's similar to past survey scams involving Walmart and other stores.
And remember, none of the vaccine makers are handing out cash.
Well, the countdown to the 93rd Annual Academy Awards, and this could be a significant year for people with disabilities at the Oscars. Among the nominees, the documentary called Crip Camp, which is about a summer camp for teens with disabilities. The director and co-star here, Jim Lebrecht, who uses a wheelchair, says with all the talk about representation, there's still a lot of work to be done.
The whole entertainment industry needs to look at what they've been doing for diversity and inclusion with other marginalized communities, and really apply those same lessons learned and programs to people with disabilities.
It's a great message here. Crip Camp is now streaming on Netflix. And don't miss the Oscars Sunday, April 25th, right here on ABC 15. We've got some special stories to go along with the Oscars as well coming up for you.
Really looking forward to that. Okay, dog owners, this is for you. Anheuser-Busch is offering $20 grand for your dog to drink beer.
So, okay, it's not exactly real beer. It's the new special dog brew, which is an alcohol-free bone broth.
Oh, okay. Well, the winner will become the new CTO, that's Chief Tasting Officer. And it also comes with a $20,000 check, pet insurance, and this free dog brew.
All right, drink up, Larry. $20,000 is on the line. To apply, post a picture of your dog on social media, along with their qualifications and the hashtag BushCTO contest there. There you go. Hey, next at 6:30, 2 doses may not be enough. Moderna's plans to have a booster shot ready to go by the fall. Our Health Insider team looking at the future fight against COVID and booster shots in general.
Morning, I'm Carla Navarrete. Today, a protest planned out to stop killing black people. We're going to have a live report for you coming up in just a few.